everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And it's Tuesday night and I'm here with a sketch challenge for you. So if you haven't found me before, you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com, or you can find me on my Facebook group, Facebook page, or YouTube. And I will put the links to all of those places that you can find me underneath this video when it goes live, wherever it's going live. Hey, Catherine. If you're coming in through YouTube and you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd love for you to subscribe so that you get notified when I do upcoming posts or when I do videos and go live. If you're subscribed, you get notified. If you're part of my Facebook group or Facebook page, you'll get notified because I'm able to do postings when I'm going live on in those places. All right. Hey, Lynette. All right. So I'm here with a sketch challenge. Wow, welcome from Australia. Glad that you could join. I can't believe, as I was doing this sketch challenge, that it's sketch challenge number 53, which means that I have been doing these weekly for over a year now, and I kind of missed that last week when I did number 52. But yeah, so it's been over a year I've been doing these sketch challenges, and I'm really enjoying them, and I hope you are too. All right, let me switch to my desktop and I will show you the sketch for today. So this sketch will get posted. I actually think it's getting posted very shortly on my Facebook page, group, and even Instagram. And if you're coming in through YouTube, I will attach the picture to the YouTube video shortly. So this is the sketch. So your card base is either 5.5 by 8.5 or 4 1/4 by 11. I'm using 4 1/4 by 11 because that tends to be what I seem to be at that kind of measurement. I don't know. Just is oops. There we go. Then you've got a piece, this yellow, little peekaboo color. I'm showing it in yellow, which is 4 inches by 4 5/8. Hello, Kathleen. And then layer number 2, which is the blue layer, is 3 7/8 by 4 3/8. So just a little bit smaller, just getting a peekaboo of color. Then for layer 3, which is the circle, I've used a circle that is about 2.5 by 2.5. You could use a different shape if you wanted to, but I actually have cut a circle out. And then your sentiment is about 1 inch by 3.5. Or depending on the size of your sentiment, it can be shorter or narrower. Mine, I'm going to trim a little bit because 3.5 is too long for the sentiment that I've actually chosen. I decided I was going to use, hello. All right, I decided I was going to use the Artfully Composed Suite tonight. We had such fun on our stamp camp. Let me just open these dies on the weekend. And I realized as I was doing the stamp count that I didn't really have enough samples of this because it's just so stunning. So these are the dies. Actually, I've got a couple of dies that are out already. So great stamp set with these bold leaves and then some really pretty sentiments. And this is one of my favorites. It's probably hard to see. It's just a whole bunch of words. I think they're Latin. You can't really read many of them, but it's really great for creating some detail or texture on the back. And then some really pretty, I love it when they mix the cursive font with the I don't know if it's called block font, but anyway, in the mixing of the fonts. And then these dies are just so pretty, big, bold leaves that you can cut out. All right, let me show you what I'm using. Get my pieces all. So I have got a piece of Calypso Coral. And like I said, I've cut this 4 1/4 by 11. So I'm just going to score it at 5.5. So if your piece is 5.5 by 8.5, then you would be scoring it at 4 1/4. And as always, when you score, this is the side I've scored on. So you want to score, or you want to fold it into the mountain, which is the raised side. Opposite to what you score on, just gives you a better crease. Okay, so I've got my card base. Now I've got a piece of, let me get my sketch here because I don't know these measurements off the top of my head. I've got a piece of this is just jade, and this is cut 4 inches by 4 5/8. So it's 4 inches across and 4 5/8 tall. And then I've got a piece of this, oh my gosh, this designer series paper is absolutely stunning. And this is cut 3 7/8 by 4 3/8. And this one has got, it's got some old olive, it's got some evening evergreen, you can just see that, just jade, and then in behind it's got some writing in a calypso coral. So it goes kind of nicely with the beginning again. Okay, Tamarish, I will post this for you, Tamarish. So these are the measurements again. It's 4 1/4 by 11. Layer number 1 is 4 inches by 4 5/8. Layer 2 is 3 7/8 by 4 3/8. Your circle is about 2.5 inches. And then this sentiment is 1 inch by 3.5. And so this will go live on my Facebook group and page shortly so that you can play along. All right, I'm going to take some adhesive. This is my favorite these days. Get it out. There we go. So this is going to butt right up against this left hand edge and then center it. So you're going to get no border on the left hand side, but then just a little bit of a border all the way around on the other 3 sides. Okay. And then this piece is going to go on. Again, this piece is going to be only leave about 1/4 inch on the right hand side and then say 1/2 inch top and bottom. So I'm going to use adhesive on this. You could pop this up if you wanted to. You could use there's all sorts of ways you could do this card. If you didn't want to use designer series paper, you could emboss this piece so there was some texture. You could do some stamping on it. You could create your own designer series paper by doing some stamping. All sorts of things that you can do. Okay, so I've got my card base. Now, I've gone ahead and cut out some of the dies, which I'm going to use. And I've got this piece of, I've cut calypso coral. And again, this is about 2.5 inch circle. So I am going to get some stamps. And I'm going to use this great stamp that has got all these words on it that you can't read. And I'm going to do some stamping. These dies that come with this suite, there are actually some dies that allow you to just emboss. So you can use them on pieces like this just to give you some texture. There's some hash marks, and there's ones with little squares on them. If I can find them here. So this die gives you some hash marks or crisscrosses, and then this one creates these little squares. So you can use those. You could even use, actually that cuts them out, never mind. So those two just to give some texture. This one will cut out a whole bunch of little tiny leaves. All right, so this is, and I'm going to stamp off because I really don't want this to be too bold. I just want some kind of texture in behind my leaves. So I'm not really too fussed about what it looks like because it's just going to give me a little bit of interest. Okay. Then I've gone ahead and cut out. So this big kind of palm frond is cut out of the layering vellum. It's just so pretty. And then this, now I'm going to just poke out all the bits. If you wanted yours to be a little less open, you could save all these bits, or you could have used, put some adhesive, some of the adhesive sheets on behind it, and then that would have sort of prevented it from popping out. And then this one, this is my favorite leaf. All right, take this out. Now, if I was smart, I would have actually used some adhesive sheets on this, but I didn't. So what I'm going to do is use some glue dots. I'm going to keep these pieces kind of free floating. Actually, let's put my circle on first, and then I can figure out where these pieces need to go. So I mentioned this stamp camp that we had. So it was a stamp camp of, there are 13 of us in a group called the Creativity Abounds Design Group. And every month we do a blog hop and a tutorial that we give to customers who've put orders in. And then quarterly, we do a stamp count. And so, as I said, we did the stamp count based on the Artfully Composed suite this past month. So and the way people registered for it was to purchase the Artfully Composed suite. So if you missed out, kind of thought, oh, really, I don't really need another one of these, but I've realized how gorgeous this suite actually is. Let's see where this one can go. I'm going to put those two on for now. We are opening it up. I have some kits left over. So if you are interested, all you have to do is purchase the Artfully Composed suite in my online store. I think it is, I'm going to say 123 something. So you purchase before shipping and taxes, purchase it in my online store, and I will send you a make and take kit for free with 12 projects in it. And I will give you and send you the PDF tutorial for those 12 projects, and as well as the YouTube videos for those 12 projects. And then you will get access to the Facebook group where we did 12 more bonus projects, all live. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'm struggling a little bit with this piece, this leaf that I really love. So I'm going to leave that off for a little bit. It's kind of getting lost on my card. So this is my sentiment piece. What I might end up doing. No, don't like that either. Okay, well, maybe I will put it on. I cut it out, so let's put it on. Oh, thanks, Tamara. Tamara says she likes my nails. They kind of coordinate with this suite. So if anybody's interested in the Artfully Composed suite, just reach out to me. It is only available in Canada, but if you're not from Canada and you're interested, I could probably put you in touch with one of the demonstrators, because we have demonstrators in Australia, Canada, the UK, and the US. All right, I'm going to use Evening Evergreen for my sentiment. I just think I've got enough Calypso Coral. And I'm going to use the sentiment that says, happiest birthday wishes. And hopefully that's fairly straight. And we'll just cut a tag end or flag end, I'm not sure, banner end, all sorts of names for it. So the way I do it is I always start by cutting up from the middle. So cut up from the middle, however long you want your tags. So this is about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch, just over, and then go diagonally from the point to that end of that cut mark that you just did. I find I get a much straighter cut if I'm not using something like the Banner's Pick a Punch. If I try to cut this and cut in from the side to the point, I never get a very kind of straight, a straight point. It's always kind of off center. Okay, so let's put some dimensionals. And I'm going to double up the dimensionals on this one end because my circle I already popped up. So I have to get my one end to the to the level of that circle. So we'll add 2 dimensionals on this one end. Those. And then some more dimensionals by the looks of it. Here we are. And then I'm just going to add 1. Now I'm putting 2 dimensionals too wide. This is a really, it's an inch wide, so I don't want it to sag. And I'm going to put 1 in the middle here because I think it just needs not to have a saggy middle. All right, so now we'll just put this like that. Yeah, I like how that turned out. Now I've got a piece somewhere here of basic white. This is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I am going to stamp this really big palm frond stamp. And I'm going to stamp it in Evening Evergreen. So I'm just going to start at the top. And I'm just stamping 3 times without re-inking, just to give it some sense of movement. It's quite dark. And Kathleen's laughing at me because I'm using my liquid glue. When I first met Kathleen, actually, it's only fairly recently that I've switched over to using liquid glue as kind of my favorite. So I still use Stampin' Seal, and I have it here. It's just I seem to always go for the liquid glue these days. So I know Kathleen's laughing at me. That's okay. All right, so I've got these great faux seafoam shapes. So seafoam, sea glass shapes. They come in 3 different colors. They come in Pool Party, Pear Pizzazz, and white. And we will add some. So I'll add some of the ones that are the Pool Party because they look closest to the Just Jade. Actually, maybe I'll use a combination. So I'll use the Pear Pizzazz. And then, oopsie, oh, it went flying somewhere. Must be here. Oh, no, it's got to be here somewhere. All right. And always kind of go in odd numbers. So we'll just kind of add 2 more up there for that. All right, now, it's not, oh, there it is there. Oh, didn't go far, just hard to see. My little shape. Okay, so here's my sketch, and that's my card. So again, it matches pretty closely, so you can do what you want on this. This could even be a different shape than a circle, and just have some kind of your focus here with some kind of die cut or punched out image. And again, your sentiment piece can be cut down a little bit depending on how big your sentiment is. And you could, for example, you could do some stamping on this one instead of using designer series paper. You could do some embossing with a textured embossing. All sorts of ways you can use this sketch, but I really like how it turned out. I'm really pleased with it. Not sure who will get that for their birthday, but somebody will get that for their birthday. All right, I hope you play along. As I said, the sketch will go live shortly if it hasn't gone live in my Facebook group and Facebook page already. And I will post the image to my YouTube channel, and probably I'll put a link to a Google Doc there. I think I can still do that. I ran into issues doing that on Facebook, and they wouldn't let me post because they don't like those kinds of links. But I think YouTube is okay to post a link to a Google document so that you can download the sketch. Again, if you're interested, you live in Canada and you're interested in the Artfully Composed Stamp Camp and all of the projects, let me know. We're going to open it up and I will definitely send you the Make and Take kit. It's just a great deal with all sorts of very amazing projects that the ladies did. We have another stamp camp coming at the end of April, April 28th. Got to think about this. April 29th and 30th, I think, in North America. It's a Friday and Saturday. And then the 30th and 1st, 30th of April and the 1st of May in Australia. If you're interested in that, stay tuned. Actually, registration is already open, and all you have to do is purchase it's based on the Symbols of Fortune suite. Purchase that suite, and you will get the Make and Take kit with 12, it might be 13 actually, projects, as well as access to the Facebook group with 13 more. So that registration is already open. And if you're not in Canada, just let me know and I will put you in touch with a demonstrator either in the US, Australia, or the UK. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me. It is Mystery Challenge Thursday. Every other Thursday, I do a mystery challenge. So this Thursday night, I will be doing a mystery challenge in my Facebook group. If you're not part of the Facebook group, I will put the link underneath this video so you can go out and join and play along. Those clue will go live at about 9 a.m. Pacific, so I will be on at 6:30 Pacific. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me tonight. Happy stamping. Bye.